Hi there, I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta. Let's break down our tropical area out here south of Guam and the potential for some impacts in the Philippines as we go ahead in the next week. Now, this update, I'm making this right now around noon on the 11th, so that's Saturday. If you're watching this any later than that, Sunday over towards Monday, there are newer updates out. But if you're just watching this, getting the latest information, thank you very much for checking in, because this area, at this point, it's not the most robust of convection. That's what we're looking at. It looks pretty disorganized, but there is a low-level circulation starting to form up based on visible satellite imagery here on our Saturday. And remember, this area is towards the south of that high pressure, just off towards the north, so slowly starting to see that wrap up as we look ahead, and this pulls off towards the west very, very slowly. And there is still a lot of uncertainty about the timing of this area as well. So, still looks like a tropical storm likely out here in the Western Pacific, specifically the Philippine Sea. Could we have a Philippine Sea effect type of event? These are all questions that we need to look at. Now, I've shown this particular model with the ECMWF in my last few updates, but typically with this particular guidance, I only go out about 5-6 days because there's a lot of questions beyond that. But what I can tell you at this point, thanks to this high pressure ridge towards the north, if anything does develop and moves into the Philippine Sea, probably going to see some strengthening, likely going to see a pretty decent northeasterly wind thanks to that tight pressure gradient toward the north that's interacting with a high. And more than likely, this is going to be a west runner, meaning that it is going to run west towards the Philippines, south of that high pressure ridge. I like this graphic. It's the overall background flow. Gives you an idea of where the flow of the system could go as we look ahead. So let's break this down. First, let's look at some of the different models. Now, and this is one, before I get into the models, and thank you very much for watching these updates. You want to stay informed, but we always don't want to look at the models blindly. GFS has been out the lunch, guys. It's been all over the place, and this is why I like to look at this. I like to look at the satellite picture. I like to look at the current surface analysis. These are all things as meteorologists, and if you want to be an amateur weather forecaster, you got to look at the overall setup. If you don't look at a satellite picture and you just go straight to the models, then you're doing it wrong. Look at those graphics, look at those initial conditions first. Then we can go to the models. We have that concept now of, yes, we have this area out here is located south of Guam, that high pressure ridge just off towards the north. Overall background flow continues to show this basically running off here towards the west. Here's the ECMWF. That's what I just showed you here in the model. Showing that low level circulation and that tighter pressure gradient I was just talking about, cruising in from the north from our next cold surge right there. And this kind of pulls that storm onshore around Visayas by next Friday. All right, let's scoot over to the GFS, the Global Forecasting System. This one was out to lunch. It's actually been showing some sort of like Fujiwara effect. At one point, I had the storm running north and then looping back down south. I mean, right there, kind of trying to show a little bit of a recurve on the latest model run. GFS is showing this westerly trend, but I'm not 100% on board with what everything else is trying to do. Icon seems like it's got a kind of a closer idea to what the ECMWF is saying. With actually, Icon feels like, based on, this is the German model, historical data, it tracking along towards the west, hitting warm water off of the coast of the Philippines and rapidly intensifying, and that's what the Icon is kind of been leaning at. So you got Friday here with the Icon, Friday here with the GFS, and Friday here with ECMWF. The thing is, and you know what, y'all have been asking, and I get it, you want to know what exactly is happening today, not or you want to know exactly what's going to happen right now. You don't want to know it tomorrow, you don't want to know the day after. And I've been stressing time and time again, guys, we got to wait. We got to watch this. This is still organizing. There still is a lot of questions. But what I can tell you right now is not if it's going to hit your house at such and such wind speed. You all been asking that. But I can tell you a storm in the Philippine Sea, a tropical storm, maybe a typhoon, more than likely, as we look ahead into the latter half of next week. Just the ingredients are there. If it doesn't happen, thank goodness. It's but the ingredients are definitely there for the potential of a tropical system late next week. That is the key thing. I'm not going to sit here and say a super typhoon. A lot of you have been asking, is it going to be Odette again? Maybe not. Could turn north. Could stay weak. But you always want to prepare, right? Prepare. Don't panic. Be safe. Be smart out there, friends. And as always, thanks for checking in. Thanks for watching. And I'm going to try my best to keep you guys posted. I just got done with work. I got to go back to work in a few more hours. Just doing a quick turnaround and putting out this update in the middle of it. So I hope you guys appreciate it. If you do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you really want to be awesome, check out our Patreon. Link is down below. $2 a month goes a long way. But you could be like some of these fantastic fellas here who donate a lot more than $2 a month. And these are our super typhoons. Well, thank you very much, guys. And as always, number one thing, of course, number one thing is stay safe out there.